Hello, this is Hein again. This is our next lesson on selections. In this lesson, we'll be learning how to use the Quick Mask mode in Photoshop. The Quick Mask mode will allow us to make selections using our brush tools. So let's get started. We've got the lesson example already opened, and the butterfly has been cut out using the Quick Mask mode. So we're going to open up the butterfly's picture. But before we start, we're going to look at a few settings before we apply the Quick Mask mode. The first setting to look at is your background and foreground colors, which should be defaulted to black and white. We can do this by clicking on the Default Foreground and Background Colors button or icon. Mine is already black and white. Secondly, we also need to set our brush tool. So we're going to click on the brush tool and go to the preset drop down list and choose a round brush tip. And in this case, we're going to go for the hard brush tip, seeing that the edge of our butterfly is mostly a hard edge all the way around. We can still adjust the hardness at any time, making it softer or harder. So we're going to go for 0% for the moment. To get rid of the drop down menu, we can just simply click on the arrow again. There is a few shortcut keys that we can use. In order for us to resize the brush tip, instead of going back to the drop down, we can use our right square bracket to go larger, or we can use our left square bracket to go smaller. You can also use your shift left square bracket to go softer, or right square bracket, so shift right square bracket, to go harder on the softness or the hardness of the brush. So we can adjust these settings anytime during the Quick Mask mode. Right, we are ready to apply the Quick Mask. Now before we start drawing on our butterfly, we're going to set the mode to Quick Mask. Now we'll see on our tools panel at the bottom we've got a button that says Edit in Quick Mask mode. So we're going to click that, and this will also show up on the tab at the top. So it does show us there that we are in Quick Mask mode. And now we're ready to start coloring in the butterfly. So I'm going to zoom a little bit in. I'm going to just do a little bit of this butterfly. And you'll see the color is currently red. And it is transparent. So we can see slightly through the red color. If you make a mistake, you can still use your eraser just to erase where you've gone maybe over the edges. Let's just go back to our brush tool, and then we can continue. And while you're busy, you can then adjust the size, especially when you get to the smaller areas. Let's say the butterfly's tip of the wing. There we can just make it a little bit smaller to be able to add that detail. And when we get to the legs and the really small areas, we can make our brush tip even smaller, and you just have to keep your hand quite steady and go along those edges. So we can do that until we've completely colored in the butterfly. I've got one that's already done. Let's just click on that, and here you can see the butterfly has been colored in. Now the great thing about Quick Mask mode is that as soon as we click on the Quick Mask mode button, it reveals our selection. But the selection is currently on the background. We can see that there is a marquee selection around the edges or the margins of our document. So we need to inverse our selection before the butterfly will be selected. To do that, we've got our shortcut key. We can also just go via the select menu and use Control Shift I or Shift Control I And there we go. Just the butterfly is now selected. To complete the exercise, we're going to copy our butterfly. So we're going to say Control C to copy. Then we're going to open our stop sign picture from the stock photos. File open. There it is. And we're going to simply just paste it. Control V. And there we go. We've got our butterfly pasted onto the stop sign. And lastly, position it. And there we've got a butterfly cut out using the quick mask mode.